Yeah.
Story.
Stop the
He's trying
base.
to cancel.
Oh, he
No,
flashed. Okay, they're going to be on even footing in terms of gold at the very least. Will the arrow come through? It does. He does not repost anything. And now Rookie could just finish him off with a couple of autos, most likely. One more should do it. Carrot's going to run into that shooter. No, he runs into the tower. He had nowhere to go except right to his doom.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Wraparound coming through. Jedge is walking up, making Gala in the river.
Yeah, and Awesome and Joy going to take a little bit of poke from Gala and Make. Going to have to be a dive.
Shadow is looking. Gala and Mako have actually picked up on that. They know that Shadow could be around, but now they're not under a tower.
Yeah, Mako does get stunned up by the W of Shadow. However, the Tangle Barbs do not connect, and Gala is able to get a nice amount of poke back in onto the Pantheon. And now FPX are relatively low HP and are going to try to just close the gap here. Shadow flashes forward. They're going to chain that CC well, and Awesome's going to pick up first blood.
I mean, it was inevitable for FPX. They had to make this dive work. They had committed way too much in his pocket. He gets to start the Dragon as well. The push down from the bot lane of IG does help as well. They are doing it literally right on top of Vision, but because that bot lane swapped over on the tops of the map from FPX, there is literally no one that can walk inside the river and stop them from doing it. So pretty good from IG so far. Oh, hold up.
There goes that bear.
Okay, it's just a teddy bear. You know what?
Yeah.
If not friend, why third spawn of JJ's Raptors?
He just really loves the chicken on this side of the rift. Just tastes a little bit better when it's stolen away. As that's basically been the only stuff that Shadow's been able to counter jungle. You can see the Shy, as well as JJ and Rookie, like, looking for him. They know that he keeps stealing the Raptors away, but looks like Shadow's going to get a little creative back off, actually, on the Grubs.
Yeah, exactly as you said it right now. However, Rookie does have the stun.
Oh yeah, there comes Tibbers, already utilized, but Kair's going to come back with a stolen away Crescent Guard. JJ has to flash on out as 5 members of Fun Plus Phoenix are here to try to collect the Scrub camp.
Great reset right there from Sheer. Walks down mid lane, flashes through that wall. They used Care pretty much as bait just to make sure they can commit and take all 3 Void Grubs on the top side of the map. Now you're going to have Care reset early, go towards that bottom of the map. Not much is going to be missed right there, and Sheer's most likely going to head. It's right here, IG are trying to shove in their lanes, try and get a little bit of control inside that river. However, FPX, again, are going to rotate Sheer over in the mid lane, and I think right now that IG see the Scion that has actually moved, they're actually going to give up on that one. As you see JJ heading towards his top section.
Yeah, another instance of FPX sacrificing a little bit of the resources that Sheer can put out in order to allow for an objective to be collected. And now we can see if the Shy can win out on this 1v2. He's already overheated. Forces the Fates call in from Awesome, and Jue is able to knock up the Shy again. The Electro Harpoon does not connect, and this should be a kill, most likely, but the Shy making a work for it here. Finally, Awesome gets the gold. That's number 2 for FPX.
Into the fight. Sheer is walking all the way. The Herald is getting very dangerously low.
Yeah, I mean, that's just going to actually get secured by Invictus Gaming, so FPX not in the position to respond. Remember, Shadow used his ultimate a little bit too early, looking for a play down bottom. Nice reaction by Awesome to use that Fates call as well as the barrier. Start of the season, one of the first games I've watched of Fun Plus Phoenix this year, it was a 5-man Nico ulti from Jue. I think it was back in Split 1. Or even Demacia Cup, but it was a really insane play, and I was like, okay, hold on, this FPX team, they might be cooking a little bit here. As he's kind of made a name for himself on the Nico, at least so far here in this season. It's risen more in popularity, but Jue was one of the innovators on this pick. He's been doing pretty well on it so far. As now we get 2 Tibbers in the bottom lane. And it's going to be matched here by the ulti from Shadow, but Rookie will be able to run away at least for a little bit. However, he's kind of going the wrong direction at this point, and that means he's going to get collapsed upon. Care just bursts him down, and that's another kill.
The Herald. He's actually been on point with his movement on the map. Talking about movement on the map, Care.
He's going to dash in, has this Crescent Guard, but is unable to use it. He just gets crowd control locked to Oblivion. Meanwhile, the Shy picks up a solo kill onto Sheer. He's going to be in the zombie form, and Shadows jumped in with that Grand Starfall, so it'll go down in a trade. But a really nice sequence of events for
Wounds taking a couple of hits on the mid lane tier 1 tower. And remember what we said, there's not a lot of 80 carries.
okay, extra for sound? No, I just have to be doing things in the background in the first game of the day, and sometimes we have tech issues with that. Oh, let's get back into the fight, though. I've seen it's been a bit of a comeback from IG, but we'll see if they can get anything more than just that. JJ gets himself out. That's not a bad killing coming in from Gala. Sheer, currently alone in the front line, will flash out. Gala gets himself his E charge back up by getting some double taps on. Sheer getting really isolated here, and it feels like that teleport just left him completely in the lurch. FPX...
We're to blame. Maybe it's an us fault, you know?
That's true.
Now that we were gone, FPX did a little bit better. However, a lot of huge item completions coming through as IG are actually starting the Baron. Sheer dead for another 10 seconds.
Yeah, so as soon as we came back in, Sheer died, and that means that IG's going to start this one up. Care dashes away, actually pops the Zanya's here. Thought he was pretty safe. Here comes the equalizer. Oh, over the pit, Shadow goes. He steals away the Baron. What a play by the FPX jungler to keep themselves in the lead. He's gonna go down via different situations where he's had his smite. He's basically his objective stolen away from him. Not this time, as FPX are now wearing purple for the next little bit. It does mean that IG is able to pick up right center, hoping to get that next wave ushered in. Speaking of waves, Care has one in the mid lane. He's not stopped. That tier 3 is going to go down as Care on the Silas has
FPX, they're crushing in the mid lane wave, as you can see right now on your mini-maps. Shadow is backing up Care as well. They're going to be attacking 2 towers at once. Mid lane inhibitor tower is going to go down. They're going to start tagging that bot lane one as well. The cannon is just about now going to die. So FPX, there's a loose cannon. It's called Zway. Going towards the mid lane. He's going to reveal himself eventually. But another wave coming through from the bottom of the map. Mid lane wave crashed as well. FPX are doing a fantastic job with their waves in this Baron map.
They got just a little bit more. It has just expired, and now Invictus Gaming might feel a little bit more brave to go forward here. It does mean that Care is able to take down that full inhibitor in the mid lane of Joy. Nicely used W by the Nico to make sure they spot out any potential flank angles. And now JJ is going to get collapsed upon as Shadow jumps forward. Look at Care going over the blast cone. Already JJ's forced to flash away. Look at the stolen away Nami ulti. And Jway goes over the top of it all. But on the backside of things, the Shy is looking very powerful on the Rumble. He's overheated, able to survive with that scrap shield. And IG are fighting back. Gala gets another kill. It is so far a 3v4 as now FPX are on the run. Gala doing a lot of damage so far. The health bars on Fun Plus Phoenix are low. Shadow awesome and Sheer looking to try to escape. Sheer forces Tibbers away, and it looks like that is enough. The Invictus Gaming members right now of Gala's Lucian, of the Annie for Rookie. And it's going to come down to this. Shadow went back to base. He's going to be late to this fight, and that means IG can start this dragon up.
Yeah, he's got that GA, but remember, he does have the ultimate. He can jump in whenever he wants to Sheer.
IG just bursts it, but
instead,
they bought enough time for Shadow to arrive at the Grand Starfall. He might be a little bit too over-aggressive. He already has that Guardian Angel pop. The pop blossom from Jway is big, and Gala goes down alongside Mako, and FPX are now fighting a 4v3. But look at JJ, and look at the Shy. He's toasting Assume, takes him down, and now it's a 2v2 overall. Sheer and Care looking to try to chase down the Rumble and the Xin Zhao, but they will not be able to. That's going to cause a tempo disadvantage now for Fun Plus Phoenix. Remember, Shadow is still dead, and JJ is able to come right back in with Smite in hand. He did not die in that fight, and the rest of IG will come in and deny the soul once again. What a game that we have here.
So FPX can take full control of that Baron area. Now, of course, JJ is looking for some revenge. IG are around. They want to fight.
Remember, FPX not only has the smite advantage for Shadow, he's in the pit right now, but they also have the Callisto Ren at their disposal. JJ's gonna try to get into the pit. He gets knocked up by Sheer, and that means Fun Plus Phoenix secure the Baron, but can they win the fight in response? The pop blossom, oh, it's a dis-synergy with the Fate's Call. Nobody gets hit by the Nico ulti, and that means both solo laners
IG are pulling a reverse Baron right here. They're pushing into a Baron up base.
And they have 5 members strong. They could look for even more than this mid lane inhibitor potentially. It is Shadow, Awesome, and Jway, but no ultis are available in the bot lane of FPX, so IG are going to go for the throat right now. They're going to have to burst through these Baroned up minions, and that's going to be a tougher task than they might have originally expected. And now with the death timers coming up, IG are going to have to make a decision. Do they go for the end right now, or do they head back? It looks like they'll choose the latter and go for the retreat.
Get when you do have Baron, however, they do still have 3 Baroned up members, and they can actually try to push.
Shy with another nice equalizer. Sheer is going to be forced to use that unstoppable onslaught to get out of dodge. Before making his way down to join the rest of his team, and that means that JJ can go in immediately as the turret goes down. Sheer finds a two-man knockup though. Dway with a pop blossom does not find the backline, and here comes the rest of Invictus Gaming. Shadow's able to get one, but on the backside of things, he's in a whole lot of trouble as it's Rookie with Timbers tearing apart Fun plus Phoenix. Another knockup lands on the Sheer. Only him and Awesome are still alive, and this will be IG taking control of this game number one. Awesome goes down to the culling, one more to Gala to finish it off, and IG come all the way.
They break the curse from the first series, and they take that game for themselves. And the Shy, what an absolute banger of a game on this Rumble.
Game number one went the way of Fun plus Phoenix the first time around, but in their last series of the group ascent stage, it will not be as easy. Invictus Gaming open up the Nexus at 40 minutes, and they now have match advantage. Basic wombo or just a basic team fighting composition here for IG?
I'm just scratching my head a little bit here, and I'm like, I'm just a little bit confused, especially when
that
they
can operate better. Of course, in those later stages, but they're a little bit more vulnerable as we do see Mako getting headbutted and ignited very early on in this laning phase.
If he doesn't just zoom its way to step inside the river, it will have the way pushed to do so.
Immediate headbutt full of already gone forced to pop both of his summoner spells, but does land the blade caller. Mako not finding the knockup with the grand entrance onto Awesome, which means not as good of a trade as they were maybe hoping for, as now we could potentially get a 2v2 set up on the top side of the map, but it looks like JJ opting to go for the crab instead of the play and forcing the Shy to use his flash.
Ain't going anywhere anytime soon, and JJ can he's
bullying him.
his own jungle.
Sends him into the wall, just kind of punching him on his way out. Shadow's trying to fight back a little bit here. Does have the Aftershock, so provides a little bit of extra tankiness, and now Rookie has arrived, and so is the Shy. Shadow flashes away from the Counter-Strike, and now the Shy doesn't have any mana, and Care will jump in with a Shuriken and pick up first blood for FPX.
IG are playing with their foods. Sheer has to flash away. Care walks a bit too far forward.
Oh yeah, but now Rookie's out of mana too. JJ's trying to find him with the explosive effect, but doesn't find the knockup. And now IG are in a very precarious situation as the health bars are very low, the mana bars are low. Things are looking grim for the IG mid-jungle duo. Here comes Sheer, the Shadow gonna look to jump over the wall as well. Trying to lock down JJ potentially. There comes the W, they're gonna try to find this Permafrost stun. Rookie finds another combo of spells and is able to take down the Sejuani, but Care is able to jump over the wall with double buffs in hand and secure feats of warfare for FPX. Gold lead that Care has collected for himself with those 3 kills.
We have Shadow over on the top side. The Shy, no flash.
Another stun here.
He's
The
got a
Shy's
ward.
gonna try to leap strike over the wall. Does get to the ward in time. Be able to do it fast enough with the whole wave still to come crashing in, and Rookie on the way with the shockwave in his hands. It looks like FPX gonna try to start this one, but as soon as the Shy presses the R key, they know the play is off.
Just waited a second longer. There could have been a chance that FPX would have dived that. They've actually got tendencies to sort of overstay their welcomes, especially when they're looking for a dive, right? You want to make your time worth. So a lot of the times they'll just over push the boundaries like they did in game number 1, just to try to get something back from the time that they've wasted. Right here, Rookie's going to show up in time. Luckily the first dragon going down, going inside of IG as the Void Grubs are being traded on the other side.
See right now, FPX have generated a nice gold lead for themselves. Come to that, even though FPX have some tools to try to fight that. As we're already going to see another play onto Rookie. Remember, no flash. He pops the shockwave, but it's only onto Dway, who has the Unbreakable Will on top of him. With so much crowd control utilized by that cow. And that means the 4th kill of the game.
Snowball the heck out of this.
IG are going to try everything that they can to make sure that doesn't happen. And that means try to find plays where Care does not have an opportunity to go for. And one of those could be Sheer on this top side. The Shy playing very nicely to make sure he cannot take any sort of damage in response. And means that the Shy...
Clever play from the sort of IG, playing away from the Akali, but this time around they can't evade it.
Oh! Nice flash from Rookie, gets away from every bit of crowd control that FPX threw at him. And now it's Shadow, stuck in a 1v3 as Gall's arrived to the fight. Rookie picks up the kill on Dway, who dies under turret, but Awesome has come in to try to reinforce things for FPX. Gala with one more auto can try to take down Shadow, but he's playing around the bush vision beautifully here. Assume cleanses away from that feather call, and the bullet time will come out. Gala's chunked down to 500 HP. And FPX looking to collapse now. Teleport came in from Sheer to try to pincer. I think we're going to be able to really turn that play around, but FPX did a nice job to respond. Most notably Awesome. It's rotating down to the bot lane. A couple of kills for himself and Care actually picking up a kill without dying in that fight is also really big.
Off of Gala, the only reason that Xayah has been picked right here is that backline access that Care possesses. So Xayah without R cannot walk into neutral objective territory. Very, very well played right here from FPX to consistently pressure Gala. And the fact that he's also 1,000 gold up, IG have been able to leverage that advantage on the side lane. Hold up.
They're going to just get another kill on Ashir. I mean, he's unkillable. The Shy in this side lane. They're going to send another teleporting from Rookie to burst. Really try to make a name for himself as a true mid lane threat here in the LPL. Even against the mights of somebody like Rookie, who's been around for so long, who's won championships here in this league. And they're going to look for another play here. Oh, the Wombo combo's massive. It takes Gala down. And look who it is to finish off Mako. It's none other than Care. A double kill into the...
It's going to be another uncontested neutral objective coming through. The Shy actually thought maybe he was getting flanked about on the top of the map, but the TP also saves that bot lane tower as well as he catches up the wave down the bot side. And yeah, this is what happens when you walk the ramp of death. Composition, it's like very normal front to back-ish where you're looking for the big shockwaves as the Shy is going to be looking for a friend around because there's 4 FPX members around him.
Alright, the Shy was doing pretty good against Sheer, but let's see what he does against the rest of Fun Plus Phoenix. It looks like not too much just yet, but he's able to survive long enough. And Mako comes in and makes sure the Jack slip. Dwayne coming in, a huge knock of a Care over the wall as well. He's going to find the kill onto the Shy. They're looking for Gala. He does not have that ultimate at his disposal. And they will get finally 1 kill back here as Dwayne has died. But the target's going to be JJ still underneath the tier 2. The tower's heating up. They're going to let it reset. But the Shuriken flip for the wall is going to allow for Care to follow. But will it be to his doom? Mako finds an knock, but Care is still unkillable. He will not find a kill that he wants, but FPX still in well.
And yeah, there's a Shadow Flame and a Magi's in the zone.
And FPX, they got the competition to fight, and they're going to do just that. Another teleport comes in from Sheer. The Shy very low. Care going in the backline, perfectly executed onto the Jax. And the Shy is down for the count for the next 35 seconds. Dwayne looking to try to chase down JJ. And on the backside of things, it is IG looking to fight things back in a 2v3. Mako very low. Assume looking to chase people down. Sheer massive on the front line. And Dwayne looking to cut everybody off. Center in and close things down onto Invictus Gaming. And IG have nowhere to go except right forward on FPX. Gala still very healthy, still full HP. He flashes in, and Gala is able to get one back. But the rest of Fun Plus Phoenix collapsed upon the rest of his team and force IG to another 4 kills down.
A big victory for FPX, a big loss for Care. Overextends, loses a bunch of stuff. Magi's. But that's very little to sacrifice for a huge win right here. FPX really, truly need to capitalize on this game. They're already 0-1 down. You mentioned how they're on a huge lose streak right now, and winning against IG would be huge. Of course, IG's future is at risk right here. They do want to solidify those playoff spots. They want to be in the top 4.
Invictus Gaming later on, but the rest of the team ended up going down, and it looks like IG still in some trouble as Rookie is going to get stunned up with that Glacial Prison. Dwayne going to jump in with another knockup as well. The Seraph Shield going to try to keep Rookie alive for a little bit. The bullet time over the top, not enough, and now the Shockwave sends Dwayne back in. Not enough to take down the cow by JJ to be collected onto Gala. FPX now a 5,000 gold lead and can start up his Otacon.
Yeah, I feel like FPX were overcooking right there. They tried to kill Mariana with just Sedge and Alistar. There's just not enough damage between the two, right? And JJ is still around, which means they can all start. Now Atakan, they didn't kill Rookie. Now Cat has been left on the top side of the map. He needs to start running because
Gala has in himself as well. But we're gonna try it again. Otacon's gonna get started up. We see the Shy currently on the bot side, and a reset pulled through from Gala and Mako means they're gonna be very late to this play.
Shy does have the TD if he wants to join. JJ could join through the wall, try to go for potential steal, but IG have to pressure through the top side of the map. But someone is waiting in the bush.
They're poking, they're hunting, they're looking to see the engage, and finally the trigger is pulled. They're gonna go on to Gala. A huge impale comes through from JJ, but it's not enough. Care dashes forward and takes down the animated carry. But the shot on the back line. Counter strikes onto 3. Looking to try to jump onto Shadow as well, but he has to now flash away from the Permafrost Sheer. Very massive as well, as there's the Maiden doing some work. It's an effective 4-3, but now the rest of IG's coming forward. They're gonna try to take down another, but Awesome's able to pick himself up a double kill, and Rookie out of mana is forced to run for the hills.
But
Yeah,
Rookie had no more mana to assist with the damage. And Assume being alive and healthy, Shadow being alive and healthy means that this Atakan is for the taking for FPX. No smite on the other side for IG, means no chance to steal. And that's another one team fight for FPX and another neutral objective. And again, Shadow and Care have been on point with finding the backline of IG.
I don't know, Trouble. These fights are a little too close to comfort for my liking. If you're
If they
FPX,
manage to neutralize Care and not allow him to get that kill over in the backline, it all lies on Gala and Cole to make that happen.
oh, Rookie with a two-man shockwave and awesome and sheer, chunking them out very low. My eyes are on Gala right now. 3 full items on this Zion, level 13. Both summoner spells and the Featherstorm at his disposal. The Dragon is now getting started by IG. They want to make sure that this soul point does not go down. Shadow gonna try to find the steal, but it gets locked down by the Zaya. And now IG pulls Shadow right back in. The Shy looking for a stun. He finds it onto Carrot, forcing a gold in early. Awesome still big on this backline, waiting for that bullet time, but it's currently on cooldown. He's still able to pick up a kill onto the Shy, and now FPX can go forward. Care gets hit up by the Feather Caller, and now Gala can look to go forward. Pops the ulti, knockup lands onto Awesome, and that's JJ picking up a kill. Rookie getting another one on Care, and Dway and Shadow forced to run for the hills. IG find the Dragon, and they're gonna find themselves the fight.
FPX get 2 trigger. So the gold lead still pretty substantial over on the mid lane.
This is all FPX know how to do. They just know how to keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. They're looking to try to fight onto the Shy. He pops a Seeker's arm guard that he picked up in his inventory, and actually that allows him to escape. Oh, look at the impale from JJ. It sends in 3, but it's only the front line so far. The Shy is going to try to collapse on him. A 3-man shockwave comes through, but FPX have the health bars right now, and Awesome still full HP. They get one back on Nudgeway. A 4v4 opened up on the map. Gala has that lethal tempo proc, forces the flash away from Awesome, but JJ's going forward with the Expel's impact. Looking to finish off Sheer. Make him with a knockup on Awesome, but he got too far forward, and here comes Care. Looking to lock down Gala, and they do. And JJ and Rookie are on the run. There's perfect execution, but it does not find the kill, and IG will run away with 2 members.
And IG get 2 overconfident. He flashes forward into 4 members of FPX, and now FPX are staring the Baron down. JJ can get revenge for the previous Baron stolen from him.
Neither jungler has smite, by the way, so this is just going to be a pure 50-50 if anyone gets into the pit, and it looks like a nice job from Care on both sides. IG are going to have to decide where to go, and it might be towards the top lane. Gala forced the Featherstorm away from the Glacial Prison.
But that is perfect right here, because if they're looking to dive, talking about diving, there's no bot lane tower right here, so FPX can actually walk in freely. They're pushing that mid lane wave as well.
Oh, wow. It looks like IG want to start this fight. The Impale already going on to Shadow. Mako only finding Dway with the quickness. A lot of major cooldowns down for Invictus Gaming without finding any key damage on a crucial target, except maybe Sheer. He's going to get dashed upon here by JJ. Will they close the gap onto him? Sheer flashes away, and FPX are alive for now. And they're going to actually go right back in with the Arctic Assault from Shadow and make sure IG are still playing on their toes with the Dragon up and at the ready.
Actually took a bunch of cooldowns, but the most important part here is that they took that inhibitor tower over the bot side of the map. Sure, not the best outcome when you're looking at a Baron, but it's a pretty tough team to crack from the side of IG. Again, so much healing, so much anti-dive potential. It's just very, very difficult.
Yeah, look at the pings right now, though. They know that with that bot inhibitor going down as well, and Rookie forced to try to clear that wave out, FPX have a bit of a timer to start this Baron up. Dway's playing goalkeeper right now, trying to keep JJ away. But look at Care. He's jumped over, but he gets immediately knocked up. Could he be in trouble? He goes down to Gala before he can finish off the proc of his ultimate. The bullet time does enough damage, but now FPX are fighting in a 5v4 situation. They do not want this smoke. They're going to get knocked up here. Mako's taken low, but not taken down. Shockwave will find Sheer. They send him to his doom. It's a double kill picked up for Gala. He flashes over the wall, finds the Zoom. FPX have fallen by the wayside as IG find 4.
FPX not like this. Scare finds the angle, but IG's fingers are too fast and they defend Gala. We said if Gala stays alive in these fights, he'll melt through the front line and Kez.
But it feels like a bit of a breaking point as the scaling from IG is big. It's going to be this Dragon picked up here, 3rd of the game for IG, and Shadow went over the wall to try to pick up a steal and did not find it. He's going to pay for it with his life. The Shy picked up a 627 gold shutdown.
Single out the tower in the meantime.
have the Baron, but for the next minute and 20 seconds, where they got it after winning that last fight. Jway going in, forcing that Feather Storm from Gala, who now is a Guardian Angel for a little bit of extra layer of protection. Speaking of, Jway not going to be protected for long, even with that Unbreakable Oil. And it will mean that Invictus Gaming can break open this mid lane inhibitor. With Shadow dead for the next 15 seconds, they can look to further destroy the base of FPX until they show up as 5. And then, will they continue to go for the throw? Will they try to end this series right here? Or will they back away, knowing that it could be a 5v5 situation? It looks like they will back off, with Baron buff still in their hands for another 50 seconds.
Because he knows how tanky he is. Very, very difficult to go down. Also got so much layer of support with Mako right there and Rookies Oriana's way.
All right. Well, we set a big utilization of resources onto the full take Skarner. And that's going to be both the Glacial Prison and Invictus Gaming. That could be big, most notably on somebody like Mako on the Rakan. FPX have no other choice but to start up the Baron Nashor. Kara is caught on a ward, looking for a flank. Rookie doing a ton of poke. 2 flashes already burned, as JJ does not land the Impale, but it comes at the cost of multiple summoner spells. The Shy looking for the flank as the Baron has been started up by IG. FPX have no way to get into this one, and it should certainly be the objective going down unless Shadow can get in the pit. Get in there, man! No! It's secured by Gala, and FPX are now in so much danger. The shockwave from Rookie will find the backline, and FPX have been absolutely eviscerated. Invictus Gaming gonna pick up all the kills that they want here in this one. Mako alongside the Baron up minions will take down Care on their own, and IG, their hopes of top 4 still remain, despite another big lead from FPX. 2 comebacks in a row. They complete the sweep and will go up to 10-7 in the regular season.
IG coming through the series, showing their strong face, and come on, what is an IG series without thinking halfway through the game IG has completely lost this game and then they just somehow come back.
He's no boots needed. Oh, he's going. He wants the all in again. He doesn't have the death mark back up. Oh, 369. You know 369 is so cooked. You're so cooked, bro. Get your beach get your beach apparel. Get out. Oh, he actually got the move with the Shadow.
Knight is laughing.
Oh, he's gonna kill him right here. He's gonna kill him. Oh no, he doesn't know.
Oh!
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Here, but Kanavi will be spotted out. We'll see that he was on a ward. Beituan is right behind them. Wind does not become lightning, and now Kanavi needs an exit strategy. Gonna flash. Crisp goes in. Knock back 2 on. But Crisp is now in trouble. Crisp might just be ground up into some ground beef, and there you go. First blood goes over to Elk. Knight on the roam. These are the kinds of combinations we really want to see from BLG. And they'll push Top Esports to the brink on bot side.
Kanavi walks back, doesn't have the flash, the T-burst.
Oh, he gets the stun, the Tibbers. It's so much damage. Kanavi can't do anything. He dodges the spear, but the stun still follows nonetheless. Beituan gets the kill there, and now BLG surrounding like sharks onto Jackie Love, but Jackie Love trying to get the outplay. The Blade Caller is not enough. He does get the one back at least on. And this just seemingly happens to Top Esports occasionally, as Elk just gets a beautiful Featherstorm Blade Caller combo, and Chris will be crowned up yet again. Knight comes there and gets his kill on, now going down as well, though. Cream has shown up at the Blade Caller, locks him in place, and Elk will get another kill. As Knight looking for the CC, he wants Jackie Love, and Tibbers is down again. Jackie Love in a lot of trouble under turret here, though. Knight will have to back off. Jackie Love will not fall. It's still a BLG.
Over in that bot lane, he's going to have his first item very, very soon. We expect a lot of aggression to come through for Chris and
maybe they get him.
And Kanavi.
Okay,
I don't think you dive that. I don't think you can dive that.
That's bold. 369 already used the equalizer there. Yeah, okay.
What?
Top Esports have lost their minds.
What's going on? What is going on? Fights. I think if Top Esports don't find a response soon, that game is going to completely run out of hands.
Yeah, I mean, the mid-game spike is going to be huge here for BLG as well, but they They also just have a comp that works really well in the driver's seat. Now they have 3 grubs as well. They're going to take the first dragon. Full neutral objective control so far, and looking to control 369's fate here in the side lane. They're going to bring Bejuan. They're going to bring everybody. A spear to help on the back end, but Ben will claim the kill.
Issue time after time after time, and BLG is simply punishing. First tower falling in left.
To just have JDG thrash BLG, and then BLG beats top esports as Cream loses over half his health to team in the LPL.
Oh, Cream, he didn't get his back
There's
through.
nothing
the
here,
flash.
bro.
Oh,
He's got a couple more needleworks for Ben. They're going to try to find it. Oh, he gets stunned as he tries to go. Oh, my God. It's a catastrophe of errors. And now Elk, looking for the outplay, is going to try to find Jackie Love. Can't get him in the end. Both are going to have burned their flashes, and there is up on the table. Could still be. Oh, On just popped his quickness. Crisp just goes in. Equalizer has been used. Top esports, they are stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. And speaking of, that rock's being thrown right at their face. Both going down. 369 and Crisp. The top and bottom is already goes for continued neutral objective dominance.
You were talking about the whole go next idea. However, I feel like top esports coach and stuff are already on the whiteboards and preparing tactics for game number 2 on blue side, because this
isn't it funny how isn't it funny how we put so much praise on Crisp and Kanavi. And we've seen like 3 plays already in just this first game of this best of 3, but they're just completely out of sync.
Scream resets right here. A few more hits onto this tower, and it's gonna go down. The demolish proc.
And then they just take the fight onto Kanavi. Kanavi's way overextended. He gets CC'd, but popped the pressing guard, so he should.
Right. Already 6,000
What
gold
procedure
in the lead.
is that?
Scream?
Oh, Crisp trying to throw a wrench into the surgery plans. As the equalizer going to be thrown down by 369. He wanted to go over the wall, but doesn't have flash there. Trying to catch out On, trying to catch out somebody, trying to pick up a little bit of this gold anywhere they can find it for top esports. Oh my God, Crisp is just gonna die. Look at it. Elk's going bold here. My dude, Blade Caller right back. Bejuan took away the red buff.
Because I'm gonna be quite frank, if I take the nameplates off, that looks like my solo queue game. No joke.
Well, we're about to continue that here as another needlework comes through. And 369 bites the dust again. 0 and 4. The job is not done yet. And On. He immediately having to regret his decision making, but luckily they are so far in the lead that it doesn't even matter. Crisp is down a level onto On and down multiple onto everybody else. On getting pushed right back. On going down. Cream's going to get the kill there. Bullet time right across to split the difference on a BLG. Knight looking for an angle there with the Tibbers at the toe. Elk does have Featherstorm still available. Atacon gets brushed and started up there, but BLG will make it out alive.
There is no
terrifying
ultimate onto Cream.
Oh, he missed. Okay. Grand Starfall. Get this Soul Point Dragon of a Hextech Soul.
Yep, BLG taking control of that river, by the time top esports are anywhere near. T-Burst is back up. Stun is being held by Knight. So difficult to walk through any choke points. And top esports are going to try to anyway. Not this time around. They've fallen way too far behind. You know how I feel about top esports.
Possibility they're left to their own devices for too long. Bejuan has joined. Knight has TP, can come in at any time. On looking for an angle, but the Atacon's getting low. Can Bejuan get in the pit? Can he steal it away from Kanavi? Kanavi's going to take it. Atacon secured by BLG, and now the fight afterwards is looking good for them as well. Double knock up from On, and now they are able to take this fight into Cream, into Jackie Love, and continue their absolute dominion over game number 1. A double kill comes through. That's where it lives. It's the LPL spider.
All right. We'll name
as
it
BLG.
Kanavi.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess he's just sitting on the wall watching
harmless.
his team.
It's harmless, yeah.
It's harmless. As speaking of harmless, I don't think BLG are anywhere near that wording, as they are looking so dominant. And look at Knight, he wanted to kill him at Cream. Cream goes gold and buys a lot of time, though. Elk has to pop his Featherstorm now as well, but they already find Jackie Love. Chris has no health left. 369 already half health, and Chris going to be ran down to the dirt by Ben. Torn right back onto the Baron.
Yeah, they'll get the Baron right here. Kanavi is alive. He'll try to make his way around, but I really doubt they're going to let him get anywhere near. He's not on vision right now. He could make
no
hilarious thing
way
happen. He's been spotted right now. Can he W into the pit? He's not gonna choose to do that. He's coming back. There's no way. He's crazy. He's crazy. He's crazy. He's crazy.
Okay, no. Konami, my king. Your crown has fallen on the ground, and it has some dirt on it, my friend. You're gonna have to pick it up for game number 2, that's for sure. As still 100%.
Right? We're talking about like world's #1 contenders in 2024. They're still the same people. They're still so freaking mechanically gifted that if you make mistakes, they'll chop your head off. And that's exactly what they've done right here to Top Esports. Faker
himself had to get out of his chair and smite BLG from that finals to make sure that the LPL could not find success. When you have to do that, you know this team is the real deal. Memes aside, BLG looking to make up for what has been a very disappointing 2025. Split 1 did not go their way. To come back and to make it into the bye in Split 2 would be at least a little bit of effort to getting back to glory for this team that knows that glory, that found that double championship last year, their first ever as an organization, and to go back to back. It's a much different team now with Beichuan, but can they do it against Top Esports? This game number 1, they absolutely can. But winning 2 games against this devastating team is the biggest difference. Top Esports putting on a hell of a defense right now, but it's not going to last for long. Chris falls, that's losing your frontline bodies, and BLG just counting the seconds until they can go backstage.
Yeah, double super meters running in just a little bit. Oh, on.
Equalizer. Oh my god, Beichuan comes in, goes straight for Kanavi, goes straight for the King's Head, and BLG will go to match point against Top Esports and make good on that first meeting and put Top Esports through their paces in game number 1.
Does Orn not have to commit his body for an engage? However, he also sets up for Lilia to have easier engages. Yone to
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I remember 369 playing consistently tanks. And he was one of the best tank players I have ever seen in my entire life. As I'm saying, I'm going to hold on to that full, because I think we're engaged into a 3v3.
Okay, I like this. Chris trading a huge health bar here, but going for this objective of Top Esports. Go for a little bit of the early invade onto BLG, set their tone. Oh, the crash down. Oh, this is huge, though, from BLG. Maybe they find it. Piercing arrow not up and available just yet. Elk gonna back away now. Did end up getting the flash and ignite from...
Champions and 1 hit 80 carries. You usually want sort of like a tanky frontline that will buy you time for that 1 hit champion to ramp up. And now you have the Rel, and you've got the Ornn. But most importantly, you have chains up in the inventory for Kanavi.
Oh, Knight's gonna die. Oh, goes back across the ground. The Nautilus there as well, as Kanavi's gonna go take the first dragon of the game for Top Esports.
Agree with the push from the sort of Top Esports down the both side of the map. As you can see, Cream is also sort of leaning towards the both side river. He's gonna place a control ward, which means the both side belongs to Top Esports for the time being, as Beichuan is looking to invade on the tops of the map. Take that Grump away. Try to slowly...
Clear speed is actually picking up once he got the Faded Ashes. Unstoppable Onslaught's going to be used. They have the Weaver's Wall coming across to Beichuan. He has Flash, but he has no way out of this one. Flashes into the seismic shove. Oh my god.
They do have some numbers around, but it's even.
They're going to try to get the Blight stacks onto Kanavi. Kanavi going down low. Going to flash out of the hail of arrows now. Elk going to flash too. Goes for the kill into Kanavi. Gets him in the end. Now Bin has shown up with On. Horn going to be popped. Who's he going to go for? Is going to activate it onto Crisp and takes him down. Now Knight also finds Cream and BLG. They're making mincemeat out of Top Esports. Oh my god. On's going to take the turret. He has to back away.
Wow, what a great turnaround right here from BLG.
Last saving grace, and they also get the pick. Then we look at live, and we see the grubs are already being taken.
Yeah, chain of correction missed right there from Elk, which will allow Top Esports to walk in a little bit more comfortably.
Well, they're going to take the engage now. Chris goes in now. You got On going in with the double knockup as well. Cream trying to set up double seismic shove there too. Now resets coming out from Kanavi. Kanavi's going to find another one here, but the deadly flourish, the combo with the curtain call is going to connect. On gets a little bit low. 369 will have to back away. The resets were not enough to continue through. Another deadly flourish is not going to connect there. BLG should make it out scrappily. As now On just staying over long, and Seismic Shove hits on both of them. On ends up falling, and so does Elk. Double kill for 369.
Just a
Oh,
reminder, the Nautilus hook, the Nautilus ult into the Leah knockup, into the Sion knockup.
Oh.
It's full of knockups as well, Chris.
Double TPs, Lilting Lullaby on the 3 here. Knight wants it. Sealed Fate into 1, though. They didn't get all of them, but Kanavi is the first target. Big 3-man knockup for BLG, and everybody's gone! They just found everything! And 369 gonna get flashed in front of by Ben, and that's a clean and total ace coming through for BLG!
Okay, that's what I meant when I said BLG have a pretty good damn team fight, because one chain of CC goes through, someone doesn't move. That someone was the entirety of Top Esports. Very, very well played.
369, man, you can't write it any better. He does almost the most damage in the fight. And now BLG, they want more. Knight looking for it. Knight is getting terrifying now on this blade. The Rune King spike. Crisp has to get out. And now piercing arrow right through the heart. Not going to be enough. The flash from Crisp gets him out. He's hitting a massive setup for Cream, but more importantly, resets for Kanavi. And speaking of, they're going to try to catch out Knight. He's dodging expertly out of everything, buying a lot of time, but nobody's coming to save him. He's going to go into the alcove. He's going to pop the Sealed Fate and maybe try to get out of here, but the depth charge going to follow him through the dash. And Kanavi will find the kill in the end.
They're getting a little bit more aggressive in the jungle, trying to get some more aggressive vision for this little BLG. And right now they're pinging the Rift Herald, so they're going to choose to trade that bot lane tower. They unfortunately cannot defend it from this little BLG. Great punish right there from Top Esports. Again, that setup between all the knockups that Talia, Nautilus, and Sion have to offer is very, very deadly to chain them up.
Yeah,
369 hovering around the Raptor camp. Oh, the tip is going to come in now for Ben.
Okay, interesting. Gonna see 369, you know, doing the Raptors as he comes across, but that second dragon will go the way of BLG. At least their second dragon they've got.
How the execution will look, especially now that Shield Ball has been completed.
They got the catch.
Cream?
They got the catch. They're going on to Cream. If they catch him, that's huge, but Knavi's still looking for the reset. Sealed Fade in. Knight gonna find the cleanups here as well. They get the double CC chain, and a double kill comes through for Elk. They're gonna go straight to the Atacon, and this has been how BLG cracked the armor of the Knights of Top Esports.
Yeah, you overextend right there again. BLG have so many tools to connect on target. Right here, BLG will chop up 3 members of Top inside that river.
He's in trouble. Okay, well, BLG maybe falling a little bit asleep at the wheel. Ben going to be caught out here, but the Dragon already going their way. BLG will secure that one and go on a soul point. Now they want to get, oh god, he doesn't get the reactivation. Now Ben is just locked in this CC chain. Chains of Corruption going to come down, and BLG want to turn it. Ben took all of that aggression and still didn't go down. But Knight is out of the fight now, though. Beichuan gets re-engaged on. He's in trouble. Now the resets are starting to come through, but Kanavi has already gone down too to that big snipe by Elk. Ben going to dodge out. He's not going to go down. Come on, you got to hit the shot, Jackie Love. As Jackie Love is able to get that one down. He slows them down. Knight falls in the end. Cream going to look for Ben on the back end of this one. Deadly Flourish not going to connect, but Ben going to buy a ton of time here. Look at mid lane. It's going to be pushed by Elk. He's on 2 items now with the upgraded boots as well. He will be able to burn that down, and Ben just going to walk his way out. Going to find his way through. He's trying to get through from 369. Ben on the escape will not be able to. They do trade the turret in mid lane.
Same for BLG. It's a 5 versus 5 around the Raptor pit. And both teams have been more than willing to fight for the least.
Oh, Chains of Corruption on Kanavi. Kanavi, you overextended. You put your hand in the cookie jar, and that thing had teeth. Knight bites down. This is their composition. That's what they do.
Really quickly right here, no smites. BLG are going to engage onto this Baron. On's positioning very crucial. He's looking for the flank.
Okay, double knock up there. Look at On. He's got that engage. Oh god, the Unicorn coming in. And BLG's fight's looking so damn good. Knight's already down, but it does not matter one bit. Elk is completely untouched, and now Beichuan overextends onto the other 2 members. A double kill comes through for Jackie Love. No Baron will go. And now we're on 3 items for major carries. Look at Elk. Look at Jackie Love. This is going to be a massive... Oh, they got him! Knight trying to catch out Cream! Cream's gone! Oh my goodness. What is happening? BLG...
For Knight, he juked them.
They're forcing it.
And BLG is starting Baron again.
Okay, they're going to... I mean, they have double attack speed carries. Like, you burn that down so fast. Kanavi going to try to find the entrance, but here comes Bin. The knockup going to stop his reactivation, but the Chains of Corruption follows again. And if there's one person that has had the biggest say in this entire game, it has to be Elk. He is a monster,
Kanavi?
and he's a crazy one. Kanavi going in, trying to get the resets now, though, but he will be burst down by Elk as well, who is still just pumping on this Varus. Jackie Love has no stake in the game, and back to Baron Beeld.
9, 1, and 8 for Elk on this on-hit Varus. And again, we found when we saw the on-hit Varus, it's like, he really does struggle. He has to get ahead. He's not really good in laning phase, but BLG made sure that this Varus got ahead in laning phase as well. Their entire series has
Macroing them in a potential 2-0 sweep. Knight's going to be the engaged target now. He's going to seal fate his way away.
And he right there from 369. He's not going to have that, so one more layer of threat has been peeled off of top esports. And BLG are trying to use the Baron buff minions to actually hit towards that mid lane tier 1 inhibitor tower. Kind of difficult because they have Knight on the side lane, but now that it doesn't have flash or ultimate, you cannot overextend with the Yone either. So BLG are trying to find the correct timing right here to try and pressure that way.
Here they come. They want it. The final push could come through. They want to take Cream down here. Chains of Corruption connects. This could be the one fell swoop. Cream is going to go down after such a good early game. He is finally found again. And now Top Esports, they're losing their base. They're losing their structures. And BLG, imagine last split, that devastation, that disappointment that came from not even making it far in the playoffs. It has turned into a vicious viper that BLG are biting down at the Top Esports with. They want that top 4 finish. They want that bye in the playoffs. They want to return to dominance. And Billy Gaming are going to put the nails in the coffin of Top Esports. They're going to find their berth in the playoffs, and they're gonna find that top 4 finish. Billy are back, baby.
The most poetic finish. Well, technical finish to their split, making playoffs right here.